Second Step is a leading mental health charity in the west of England, providing housing, support and hope to thousands of people with mental health problems. We help people find the hope and courage they need to make positive and lasting changes in their lives. These are some of their stories.
My mental health journey started when I was 9. I was referred into child mental health services because my mum was really concerned about me.
My first experience of depression was when I was at school, and I was quite young. I was about 12 and I was really, really unhappy.
I had mercury poisoning as a baby, mercury being in teething powders, which has led on to lifelong problems physically. I don't think it's easy to live with so many physical problems, and there are many, without it affecting you mentally.
I'd got myself into a fairly deep rut of being quite home-based, not having much connection in the outside world.
I was really in a bad place. I did my shopping, my bill paying, early hours of the morning. I'd avoid contact during the daylight hours because there'd be too many people around.
I was always kind of a bit nervous, even in the centre of town, and just basically just felt anxious all the time. I think I was probably suffering just slightly with paranoia and stuff like that.
So on January the 6th, 2009, I was first diagnosed with anorexia nervosa. Initially, they were really worried about me and wanted to get me sectioned, but my mum was my main carer and really supported me and helped keep me out of hospital.
About 4.5 years ago, I went to the doctors. I had a physical complaint, and it was decided that my disorder was delusionary, which I'd never suffered from before. But when that decision was made, it became very difficult to get anybody to listen to me.
When I was 25, I was diagnosed with bipolar, but for some reason I wasn't given any treatment for that.
When I was 17, I developed OCD quite severely, things like rewriting essays so many times. And then in the year 2000, had a major episode, a major breakdown.
So eventually I got quite ill. I was in hospital for about 2.5 months.
There were points in my life which I just thought I've managed physically for many, many years, but suddenly my mental health is just taken over and it's driving me to not want to be here anymore, and that was really hard.
My final time in acute psychiatric hospital, I lost my home. So completely out of my control, I lost everything.
About 18 months ago, I was referred into Second Step's community rehabilitation service, and they took a different approach to helping me.
What we've learnt at Second Step, that it's really important that we get alongside the person, that they are the centre of their lives and that their services don't dominate, that they find themselves in their support and in their lives again.
When we work with people, putting people at the centre of their service, we don't rush in to judge them and label them or say what sense we make of their experiences.
When I'm in Second Step, and I notice when others are around Second Step, we're just treated for who we are. There's no sense of this person has this, or this person is that, or this person has suffered with that.
One of the key messages of Second Step and the whole recovery movement is that people are not the same as their diagnosis.
Entering the Second Step programme has been such a relief because I'm actually now being treated as a human being, not just a diagnosis.
In January 2016, I started volunteering with the Wellbeing College for Second Step. I just found I absolutely loved it, and the staff always seemed really grateful and made me feel worthy and I had a purpose again.
I'm living life to the full, and I don't see having bipolar as something that's holding me back anymore.
Since working with Second Step, I joined the media group, which has brought my confidence up.
and now I've been doing a weekly radio show every Friday night for about 2 years, just over 2 years, a couple of weeks over 2 years now. And yeah, I love doing my show.
This idea of kind of maintenance or just staying within services or my symptoms just being contained, that isn't enough. What's really important is to have life goals and really high quality of life and desires and relationships and work opportunities.
On a positive note, I'm now strong enough to actually think of making plans for the future.
I think I've come a long way. My outlook on life is a lot different than what it was just 6 months ago. You know, even though I struggle physically from day to day, I can still laugh at myself and laugh with people.
My worldview has changed. I now see everything I can do as a success, rather than everything I can't do as a failure. Yes, I still have bad days, but overall I've gained a more balanced approach to life. I've discovered my identity, and I couldn't be further away than the shy girl who was unable to stand up for herself at 15.
I've got a great job, great colleagues, and a great family, and I can't really ask for very much more at the moment.
It's to strive to carry on through difficult circumstances, but yes, life is worth living. Life is very short, and we have to make the most of it.
Whether you're experiencing mental health, physical, learning, addiction or housing difficulties, we'll work together to help you make your future your own.